close bets in a moment's time here, but for those of you who keep asking, like, is 5 wins even possible at this point for the bets? No, it's not. I'm gonna leave 5 and 4 and all the big numbers up there to bait out the people who tend to bet 1 on everything. For example, we have 10 bets on 5 games, and that's because there's a lot of people who like to multi-bet and try and place everything everywhere they can, so shame on you. Get owned by bait today, guys. But has nothing to do with this match. It's a PvP on hand. It's a game number 3 in this best of 9 between these two teams. It's currently tied up 1-1 between mYinsanity and NewRoSoft. Again, there is no in-game overlay showing the scores of the teams because every game played is essentially a best of 1 between these players. Spawning here in the lower right corner of the map, current king of this hill, NewRoSoft's own Nightend. And his opponent in the upper left, from mYinsanity, the red Irish legend, Abomb. Abomb, of course, I think, really, I don't know. He's had a lot of really cool stuff happen to him in Heart of the Swarm. One of the biggest things was, of course, when Heart of the Swarm first started, him and White Raw were kind of the kings of industry when it came to Protoss. They were the ones experimenting with builds, figuring how to abuse proxy nexus, things in strangeness, however you want it to be. He was very innovative at a time. Since then, though, he's kind of, I don't know, felt a bit like he's fallen to the wayside. He had that one kind of upset run over at, what was that, IEM? You guys can even remember in Control saying, like, who the hell's this dude? Like, what is he doing in the brackets? They must have been desperate to invite him. And then, of course, Abomb goes on to kick a lot of ass. But then again, kind of fell to the wayside. I don't know how he's doing right now as far as skill goes. I don't know how his practice has been by any means. I do wish him luck in this matchup because PvP is never easy. You know, we always talk about there's snipers out there like Alfie and such, and I don't know. This is probably one of the more frustrating mirror matchups to really get the intricacies of, because there's a lot of things that can result in build order losses. Actually, hang on, 2-2. Okay, so both players just taking low, or 2 and 3. 3 and 3 now? Okay, just now saturating the gas. So playing very, very similar in this regard. The reason I paused to take a look at the gas, of course, is because you really need to see how long they'll stay on 2 for. You need to make sure you know your opponent's gas count. One of the biggest things gas count reveals is kind of what tech path you're going to go for. Now, sadly enough, being a Terran player myself, I don't know all the intricacies of what exactly each gas placement at a precise timing means, but 2 and 2 early on typically means you're trying to get that mothership core out, or additionally your warp tech with a fast reply council or the Stargate, whatever your secondary choice may be, as they did saturate 3 and 3 shortly afterwards. Now, in PvP, I've seen a lot of sort of default wins, right? And a lot of times these matchups can be somewhat underwhelming. You know, whether it's Abomb going for a proxy or whether it's Blink Stalkers versus, I guess, a Stargate opening. We do have actually a Twilight Council coming down for Abomb when you see what Nightend throws down. The thing with PvP, though, if players are well matched enough, regardless of openings, you'll usually see pretty fun follow-ups into the late game. Whether it's Blink Stalker wars or Colossus wars, or sometimes in the rare instances, air battles. I mean, unless you're Todd versus Gung Fu Banda during, what was that, the WCS qualifiers or such, where you've got like 40 Tempest versus 40 Tempest. That's probably the rarest of scenarios in PvP. There's still just a lot of funny different ways this matchup can play out. And again, so much of this goes down to, like, can you hold your own in the early game? Now, Abomb is coroning out that Blink, so he's looking to definitely get aggressive with this. Nightend, rather, at home, still hasn't... Okay, Stargate being taken... Wait... Is it proxied? It is proxied. I was like, hang on, I can't find this Stargate in the base looking around. Okay. So I'm doing a lot of jibber jabber, and I wasn't looking for that proxy. Granted. What's probably going to come out of this? Obviously, an Oracle. But what can follow it up very quickly is a Void Ray to try and shred Stalkers down. However, Abomb has got to be careful about where these units are. If he's looking to get aggressive, move across the map, and this is more than just like a 3-Stalker poke, that Oracle is going to destroy the mineral lines, because as you'll note, guys, in the production tab or the units tab, there's no mothership core for Abomb. He's looking to invest in a big fight. Now, that being said, I don't know if he's just got some 6-star sense, if he's playing paranoid because he saw no tech for so long. He may have guessed very well that this was a proxy Stargate. He's left a couple Stalkers at home. And this is perfectly fine. Again, with no mothership core warped in, you don't have energy for an overcharge, you can't push that Oracle back, you would lose all your probes otherwise. And even then, still, his Blink finishes so much sooner than his opponents. Blink in these little scenarios, 3 stalkers, 4 stalkers, 5 stalkers is such an asset that it's almost immeasurable just how big of a difference it can make. As long as you put it in the right hands, of course. Look at its blink if a player doesn't know how to use it, right? But thinking that timing was off, and it was, the Oracle comes in and the probes have to be pulled. Stalkers are turned around immediately to try and deal with this. But on top of this, Nightend confirms, yep, it's going to be blink out of his opponent. I think he had a pretty good idea of that in the first place. 5 workers go down. I missed first blood because, of course, it happened so fast. But the Oracle, ooh, gets the Oracle. That takes care of the threat. Now Abomb can focus on the other side of the map. He'll probably wait around about a minute-ish, 40 seconds, to see if a second Oracle comes out. If it doesn't, those 3 stalkers will join their brothers across the field. But blinking backwards, recognizing that that is blink, Nightend's got a massive stalker lead. Oh my goodness, this is huge. 9 to 8, and let's not forget most of Abomb's on the other side of the map. Oh, but Abomb doesn't see this proxy pylon. This would be a free kill for him right now if he was if he had seen it. Of course, this is well hidden, granted. Big question is going to be whether Abomb can hold this. He's got some Immortals coming out, but the question begs, will they be in time? Will they be able to fight this off? Nightend at the same time too, he could knock down these back rocks, he could perform a contain, he could really expose his opponent, and that looks to be what the case may be. Yeah, he's just going to tear these down. Not such a big deal right now, especially because he's going to have his own blink. Actually, he may just blink over them, thinking on it. But the idea is, you know, you'll expose your opponent if you take this down. They won't be able to safely hold on to this without the constant threat of fear of zealots walking in from the back door. But yeah, the stalker count on the top of the hill is going to be fantastic for Abomb. He's got the Immortal out. It's a difference of 2 stalkers, but mostly that Immortal. 2 zealots, actually I take that back, are going to soak up a lot of hits from these stalkers, which allows Abomb to well, actually pick them up for free. Nightend a little bit late to that engagement, but that's perfectly fine. Because Abomb right now is not looking to get aggressive. He's got a pylon coming down on the other side of the map. Sure, granted, this will block out a Nexus. And that's what it's actually really nice. Because, of course, Nightend was going to say, you know what? If I've got you somewhat contained within your main, I'll probably expand behind it. But with the pylon blocking this out, he's not taking a Nexus anytime soon. Abomb, if he threw down a Dark Shrine, I think would be kind of cute at this point too. But we got a Robo finishing up for Nightend, so he will have observers out ready to fight. It looks like Nightend's actually opted to completely disengage from this, so loses his proxy pylon, loses his presence on this side of the field, and with how long it'll take to tear this pylon down, it's very feasible that right now Abomb also saves up to take another base. I mean, there's no reason to bring the entire army back home to take that unless you are in fact going to go for Nexus, and Abomb is now faced with 2 decisions. One, he knows his opponent's now investing 400 minerals into a defensive, or not defensive, but a non-combat unit, a non-combat structure. That Nexus is not going to get a lot done. If he decides to push and go all in, he'll know he'll have a bigger army, but will it be enough and will it be for long enough is going to be the biggest question of all. Another Oracle is coming out. No one expects the later Oracle, and that's going to be certainly true for Abomb in this case, as he has no defenses currently at home to deal with this. Oh, he's got to be so careful. These Immortals are so exposed. They didn't kind of thinking like, oh, maybe I should just blink on top of these, but here come the Stalkers, the cavalry, if you will. Oh god, he's got nothing at home. He's got no. He can warp in like 2 stalkers. That Oracle could do so much damage behind enemy lines. Like if he clears out Abomb's mineral field and Nightend simply holds, even if it's just barely, he'll win this game. Nexus is canceled. Really nice move out Abomb. Just presence alone will get that cancel. Unit counting station at the moment though, 15 stalkers to 13, 3 Immortals to 1. I mean, in every regard, this looks a little bit better for Abomb, but he can't move up that choke for fear of a sentry, and he knows it as well. Stalkers are actually going to deal with the Oracle on the other side of the map, but target firing probes are gets 10! 10 more workers die while this is going on, and Abomb is now down to 18 probes. This contain will work for a little bit, guys, but time ticks on, and while the main bases are nowhere close to mined out, Nightend has a superior economy by and large. But this is +1 weapons also coming out, something you rarely get to see this early in PvP. Upgrades are usually put off till a bit later. Chrono boosted, then straight to 3, but it's still 1 base versus 1 base. I don't know if the 1 weapon upgrade is going to be worth sacrificing what is potentially 2 gas worth of stalkers. We'll have to wait a moment and find out. But the Immortal counts are starting to even up, and for Abomb, I think this Sentry is his best friend. It's going to be able to force with the ramp. It'll keep things cut in half. I think the idea is you need the Immortals to come down, or you need the Immortals to stay out, but the Blink Stalkers blink down. But simply put, yeah, he's going to have to move. Now, this Observer is actually really nice and reveals this. Unfortunately for Abomb, never investing in the Mothership Core, not having his own Observer, there's no way he can see up that hill. So not only can he not fight, he can't blink, he can't get aggressive, he can't go, right up in Nightend's face. And Nightend's actually going to give chase across the field now. This is a little bit dangerous for the player retreating in this instance because the Immortals can't blink the same way Stalkers can. So while the Stalkers get ahead of this army very quickly, there's a chance maybe Nightend could have found that one and picked off the 3 stragglers, so to speak. But Robo Bay on the way. Steal off of 1 base for both of these players. I mean, it's so dangerous to take an expansion. Abomb finally getting his Nexus down. This is going to be a bit messy. It's really dangerous because it's the same problem Nightend was faced with moments ago, where it's like, look, do you have a big enough army, and is it worth investing this much minerals into? But the army revealed on the side of the map. Mothership Core is going to have a couple really nice time warps added into this. It might not seem like a lot, but if you blink and you can't get out of the time warp even while blinking, you're still going to be in a lot of trouble afterwards. Not to mention these immortals will be going nowhere. There's 1 sentry here, probably for guarding shields more than anything else. Again, the counting station before we get into the fight, it's even soccer count, slightly more immortals for Nightend, but also, and additionally, that Mothership Core. Now, the Colossus is popping out here in a moment's time here for Abomb. I don't know if this will have the greatest effect or not. Some Blink Stalkers are segmented around the base. They may actually catch this Colossus. There's Blink Stalkers in the main, anticipating Nightend to come in and get aggressive, but not on the right side, not on the left side. Oh, I guess not on the correct side, not on the left side, because he is on the right side. I really need to get a drum snare sound effect ready to go for my awesome jokes. But Blink Stalkers do disengage, and you'll wonder, like, you know, why is it only 4? Because that's all you need to one-shot a probe. You can walk around the base, you can do a bit of damage, you can scurry around, get the work done. I'm a little bit perplexed that we've had so much, how do I phrase this? False aggression, I'd say. Like, no one's really willing to commit to a fight. So they're both just kind of like, you know, Abomb was over here, Nightend was over here, and then again and again. And now it's kind of gotten to this point where they're just both probably going to wait until they got Colossus counts up high enough to fight. 200 versus 200. Neither player's particularly behind in Colossus count. Nightend's going to be 1 shy of Abomb's because Abomb's came out much earlier, of course. But, I mean, it's the rare situations like this where you think, okay, if you're just now starting Colossus, like if your opponent already has 2, possibly 3, investing into Stargate can be a lot better. Tempest can be a lot better. Blink Stalkers trying to pursue the other Stalkers that were outside of the base, but he's going to get a couple good probe kills. Abomb not dealing with this appropriately. Mothership Core may even go down. Ooh, this would be a really nice snipe. But, nope. Retains it, and the Stalkers die. However, the probe counts never really recovered this game. Abomb's constantly been taking losses, and so far, up to 24 probes dead, thanks to Nightend. A couple sentries coming to the side of the map. This is a bit curious. I'm not sure how he plans to utilize these. Guardian Shields are my best bet. Force Fields will be okay, but with both players having Colossus, he can very literally, physically crush the Force Fields. But there comes Extended Thermal Lance for Nightend. 3 Colossus to 2. Rifkin, look, the 15-minute expand to the natural. Standard stuff. PvP actually kind of is. There's a healthy amount of sarcasm to be had, guys, but these later expands. Ooh, I didn't even realize I was in range where it was. However, baits out a big blink forward from Nightend, forcing the fight here for Abomb. We got the time warps coming down, but Abomb doesn't get to do anything himself. Guardian Shields on triplicate, but it's not going to be enough. Nightend, I think, with the defender's advantage, is looking a little bit too good. The Immortals will push back these Colossus. The Stalkers will chase them across the map. Both players losing the fodder for their Colossus, but the Stalkers for Nightend are a little bit too good, and Abomb is going to tap out. GG, and the win streak will continue. All right, Nightend currently up to 2 wins in a row now.